Hello everybody and welcome back to Beginning Stock Trader. We're excited for another lesson today. Today's lesson is not going to be a lesson that shows you how to choose which stocks to buy like a lot of our lessons are. We're not going to talk about technical analysis or anything like that. Today's lesson will be pretty simple. We're going to be teaching you how to buy shares of stock. And so if this is for people that already have the stock in mind that they want to buy and they're ready to make that purchase, but they're just not sure how to purchase shares of stock. And when they go online and try, there are a lot of different options. And so we're going to talk you through it. It's not as complicated as it might look at first. And once you've done it once, it's easy every time after that. And the first step you're probably going to want to look into is to make sure that the company that you would like to purchase shares of is publicly traded. And all this means is that this company has shares of stock that are available for anybody to purchase. And some companies aren't in that situation. They're privately held and somebody owns them, and you can't go out and buy shares for that company no matter how much you would like to. And for this tutorial, we're going to be using a stockbroker called TD Ameritrade. And a stockbroker is basically just the online company that you use to facilitate your trade. So when you go to buy shares of stock, you're buying them from somebody, and this broker will help you find that person that's ready to sell those shares of stock and facilitate that for you. So TD Ameritrade is my favorite, and there's actually a link in the description to this video that'll give you 60 days of free trades from TD Ameritrade, which is a great deal because it usually costs about $10 per trade. So let's go to TD Ameritrade here. Good thing that password is hidden there. Nobody knows my password. And if TD Ameritrade doesn't feel right to you for whatever reason, there are many stockbrokers, and you can just click this link right here, and they'll actually give you a list of all the stockbrokers. It'll give you pros and cons, and you can decide to use a different one. They are all fairly pretty similar, especially with what we're going to be learning about today. So let's dive in. You'll have to sign up and deposit money into your account to get to where I'm at right now, but that's pretty easy, and the broker will talk you through it after you click the link. And so eventually you'll end up on this home screen right here of TD Ameritrade, and you're ready to buy those shares of stock. And so for our lesson, we're going to be using Apple stock. It's probably not Apple that you're looking to buy, but everyone has heard of Apple, and it's an easy stock to go with. So right here, you want stock symbols or keywords. So I could go Google what Apple's stock symbol is, or I could probably just type in Apple, and right there, Apple Inc., it's common stock. We'll click that. Okay, looks like it's loading up right here. There it is. So Apple, the last trade for Apple, it sold for $120 for a single share. If you can look down here a little bit, you can kind of see Apple throughout a couple of different time periods. So you can look at Apple's price just for the day. Looks like it doesn't change much. You can see that over a year, Apple's price has been steadily going up, and a lot of people have made a lot of good money off Apple. But anyway, we're ready to buy. As you can see here, there's a buy button. They make it really easy for you. Okay, so with TD Ameritrade, it pops up right here, and you're ready to make that purchase. And the action, you can buy stock, you can sell stock, you can do what's called shorting stock, which basically means you think that the stock is going to go down in price, and so you're going to kind of reverse buy. And then there's something called buy to cover, but you only need to worry right now about buying and selling. So you'll choose a quantity after you click buy. Apple is $120 a share right now, so you can expect to get something close to that with your purchase. And so let's say I have $500, I can probably afford 4 shares of Apple stock. Okay, the stock is Apple. Options you don't have to worry about right now. Order type. You will want to understand order types. There's a few that are very important up front. Those are the limit order and the market order. And so I'll explain market order first. Luckily, TD Ameritrade defaults to limit because that's what we're going to want you to do. What a market order is it says, I want shares of Apple, I want 4 shares of Apple, and I don't care what I pay for them, just get me the fastest shares that are available. And so usually it'll be somewhat close to kind of the current price that it's selling at, but if there's nothing available right at that moment, it'll go up until it finds shares that are available, and you could end up paying a lot more for a share of stock than you would like. So the way around that is to choose a limit order. And what this says is I'm only willing to pay this much for a share of Apple. And so Apple's last trade was at 120.01. Maybe that's what it's going to default as, and maybe that's what you're comfortable with. I'll just pay whatever Apple is today. But maybe you're going to say, I'm going to try to get a good deal on Apple. Maybe it won't be tomorrow, maybe it won't be the next day, but maybe Apple's going to drop 10% in the next couple weeks, and I want to be ready and purchase it as soon as it does. So I could enter 110. This is the price that I'm willing to pay for Apple. I want 4 shares. I want a limit order, which means I'm only willing to pay a certain price for them, and that price is 110. And then the last thing you want to know is the time in force. So the broker's going to say, how long do you want me to keep trying to purchase these shares? You can look here. Do you want me to just look for the single day? Do you want me to look for the day plus extended hours? And you can look up what those are, but basically it's the regular trading hours plus a few more hours after that. GTC means good till canceled, which basically says, do you want me to continue looking until you get in and manually tell me to stop? This means good till canceled plus extended, meaning do you want me to look when the market's open and when the market's closed and any possible time I can to purchase these shares? And then these two you probably don't have to worry about, but it's extended AM, extended PM, which is basically the same thing. So I usually say good till canceled. I say I want shares of Apple. I kind of want to get a good deal on them, and I'm willing to wait for that good deal. So as soon as you see them get to that price, make that purchase. So click review order. Always be careful looking over this stuff. You'll want to make sure that you did everything the way you wanted. You can't go back. Once you click buy, the purchase is made. Once you're ready, you click place order, and you're good to go. And I'm not interested in shares of Apple today, so I'm not going to place this order. But that's what you need to do to purchase shares of any